everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about how to go no contact with your narcissist. Going no contact is actually really hard, and you will do it and fail several times. Well, most people do. You'll go no contact for like a month or two, and then next thing you know, they do something to suck you back in. And then you're in contact with them again. And it's a vicious cycle, but I think I've broke off contact with my mother several times, and then somehow we got sucked back in. But don't let it discourage you. Use it as like a learning tool of what to do next time or what not to do. It happens, and you know, it's not really your fault. They have you so, I don't know, believing that you need them. And that's not the case. They need you because you're their supply. So here's some steps that you can take to go no contact. First and foremost, you cannot go no contact until you take this step. You have to cut all legal and financial ties with your narcissist. That means credit cards, bills, anything that's in each other's names, cars, cell phones, using each other's credit for things. And it can take a really long time depending on what it is. Like if they co-signed a car for you and you have 2 years left until it's paid off and you don't have the credit and there's no one else to co-sign for you, you're kind of stuck for 2 years. Thankfully, I never ever had that with my mother at all. The only thing that we had was, I had like a mutual fund or stock or something, whatever it was, but she was the care of, and she was supposed to fall off when I was 18, and she didn't, and that time I went no contact, and then I wanted to try to get my money out, and I couldn't without her. And I've said this before, she asked what was in it for her. And that's, you know, typical narc. Don't fall for any of their tricks or promises of saying that they'll pay it off if, say they needed you to co-sign for a car. Don't trust them to pay it off. If you go no contact, they'll probably not pay it off just to spite you. They probably won't make any more payments. So any promises they make to take your name off of something, don't believe them. You need to actively do it. But you can't go no contact until all legal and financial ties are severed. Otherwise, if you go no contact and you still have some ties, later on down the road, you're going to have to contact them, and they're just going to suck you right back in. And then you have to start all over again. Once you've done that, all these are going to be gradual steps to get you there. The next step I would say is to start blocking their number, blocking their emails, their social media sites, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, you know, sites that you are on. Twitter. I don't really use Twitter. I have one, but I don't really actively use it. Let's see. Okay. And also accounts of family members and friends that you know will take your narcissist side. And people you can't trust to not give your narcissist any information about you. There are some people that they may mean well. If you post a picture of your child and your narcissist is crying, oh, I haven't seen my granddaughter in however long, and then, you know, one second, my minion came out of her room. Anyway, so, but Uncle Joe, you know, he may mean well by copying and pasting the photo and giving it to your narcissist, but all it does is add fuel to the fire, and it can make things like worse for you. They could use that picture to hurt you more. And another thing is, if you don't want your narcissist around your children, like say your narcissist is your mother, you can report the photos of your children on their Facebook, that way that they're not up there. When going no contact, you kind of have to act like you're in the witness protection program, but you don't have anybody helping you. You're doing it all yourself. You may have to change your phone number, and some people have moved just so that their narcissists don't know where that they live. Change your email, change your passwords just in case. Change your name on Facebook. Some people even delete their entire account and make a new one using a different name, no public posts. Any pictures that are public, like the, what is it, the user pic, they put something else, like a picture of an animal, one that's not their animal, but, you know, or a rainbow or something, so that the narcissist has no clue that it could be you. It feels like you're going to extremes, but in reality, it's because you have to. You don't have a choice. Because when you go no contact, narcissists go hard. That's when their worst stuff comes out. Everything is going to blow up, and it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. If you've had a good long-term job, it's good to maybe let some people know that your narcissistic mother is a psycho, and I don't know, just make them think that she's crazy and she might try something. Just warn them beforehand, because narcissists get really ugly when you go no contact. So they will go hard with calling the cops, calling CPS, calling your job to try to get you fired, calling your friends to get them to hate you, calling your in-laws to try to get them to do things like call CPS and the cops on their behalf, so that there's more people to discredit you and to hurt you. They'll get themselves like a little army going. Just let everybody you can know that your narcissist is not to be trusted, and don't like get into too many details. Just say that basically they can't be trusted and they're gonna try to do things to hurt you because you're trying to go no contact. You're trying to leave an unhealthy relationship. When the narcissist comes at you, like even if they post things on Facebook or whatever accounts they have, I cannot stress this enough. Do not give in. Do not go contact. Don't argue with them. Don't try to defend yourself. Because they're going to do what they can to bait you. And they're going to keep getting worse and worse. Kind of like poking the bear. Because they know if they keep poking a bear, eventually the bear is going to attack. You've got to keep your cool. Because when you react, it's giving them what they want. And there's going to be times where you're going to want to, or you're going to feel the need to defend yourself. Don't. I know it's hard because, you know, oh, they get to do whatever they want, but I have to keep quiet. Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, you can maybe talk to friends or something about it, or maybe even make your own posts on Facebook. But don't say anything specific, you know. Just keep in general terms so that your narcissist may or may not think it's about them if they have like another account and they're somehow spying on you. They will get like extra stalkerish. They'll make threats, and if they live near you, they could get violent. They will pretty much become a personal terrorist to you. Eventually, they're going to get tired of not getting any reaction from you. So they'll get bored and it'll slow down, but it takes a long time. But just keep your no contact. If they show up, don't answer the door. If other people contact you on your narcissist's behalf, don't talk to them about the narcissist, or don't give any personal information about yourself, anything that they could give back to the narc for them to get. Because then if they get information about you, they win. And if you haven't already, I would suggest joining forums or groups or support groups, either online or, you know, in real life, to help you through. Talk to friends, maybe see a therapist. Like I said, it's going to take a while. I've been no contact for well over a year, and I'm still healing. You need your time to heal, especially when it first happens. I would say like the first maybe 8 months or so is really critical for your healing. So that means if you have any friends or people around you that are just completely full of drama, don't enter into it. Just kind of let it go. If they try to drag you in, just be very neutral and say, hey, you know, can't talk about this. Make yourself busy, or at least sound busy. If people are always asking for your help, do not hesitate to say no, because it's a lot of stress when you're going through something and then people are always constantly asking you for rides or to babysit or to do this or do that for them. And if it's almost on a daily basis, it could take a toll on you and a toll on your healing, because it just feels like another narcissist is in your life, even though that person may not be a narcissist. You just kind of feel overwhelmed. So don't feel guilty or anything about telling people no. I used to tell people yes all the time, and it was glorious. I would just shut my ringer off, and people would be contacting me for their little crises all day long, and I would be like, sorry, you know, turned my ringer off. Well, there's a purpose. There's a reason why I turned my ringer off. Because when someone is, not someone, but a bunch of people are bombarding you almost every single day because they always need something, and you're overwhelmed, sorry, I'm turning my ringer off because I need a break. And you never know, that one time that you turn your ringer off is when they might need you most, but it's their own fault because they've been taking advantage of you. If you feel like that you need to explain to them or give them an explanation as to why you're saying no, just tell them that you need some time to process things that are going on in your life. And if they ask what's going on, tell them, you know, it's personal, you don't really want to discuss it all, because that's what I've done. And there's nothing wrong with not being there for someone who needs you, especially when they're needing you all of the time. You can take personal time for yourself so that you can heal. You need it. During my personal healing time, There was a time where there was a lot going on with my ex and my mother and just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I just, I would turn off the ringer, and I didn't go to my computer. I just laid and watched Netflix all day, cut all social media off. And it was great because it was like I was in a cabin in the woods. Nobody can contact me. It was just me and my movies. If you are helping people who are always needing your help while you're still trying to figure out things for yourself, you'll exhaust yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, and it will definitely hinder and delay your own personal healing process. So when you've done all the steps to getting rid of your narcissist and going no contact, when you're ready, start going out with friends, keep yourself busy, pick up hobbies. I think I made a video before about like things to keep you occupied, like hobbies and stuff and how to move on. And you can live knowing that you're free, even though they will always test the waters. So if you have any stories about like what was going on when you went no contact, any stories about going no contact and having to break it, or if you have any other advice or steps that you want to say for other people to help others go no contact, go ahead and comment below. And if you want, my email address is narcissistexposed@yahoo.com. You can email me, and I might read them here on the channel. So anyway, go ahead and comment below and take care.